Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Geek Fruit with fellow and television geeks Tejas, Jishnu and Dinkar as they discuss the world of science fiction and nerd culture.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Well, it's a new day. First day of the new month, I should say, the June, and it's also a happy day. It was indeed a happy night for all Bengaluru FC fans and the team. I should say Roka and the men, or should I say Chhetri and his boys, because that's how it was. The man again led from the front. We all thought he would be missing out because he was nursing an injury. But then, hey, you know what? The management did a good job. The medical staff was pretty good enough to get him fit for the match. They know how important this match for, even as an individual player, he would also want to be, be out there, take his team past the hurdle. They wanted a win desperately because only a win could take them ahead. And what happened? His free kick. His wonder kick just made it help BFC climb over that hurdle and sail through very smoothly. Now joining me in the studio is Kevin and Chiranjit is joining us via Skype. I missed out on the game, but Kevin is here who caught up the whole action. Kevin, please tell us how the match was.
We did talk about Sunil Chhetri.
Yes.
If he wouldn't be there in this game, what difference it makes. And we saw time and again what he's done. And yesterday was just another example. Sunil Chhetri takes over. If you just compare the entire game, Maziya were better. I'll tell you the reason, because even though Bengaluru had most possessions, I think about even more than 70% possession was with Bengaluru in the first half. But the number of times that they tested the keeper was actually nothing. But on the other hand, Rakic, I was talking about him in the preview. His header was so pinpoint. He had two defenders, and yet he was able to be picked, and his header went and just rattled the upright. It was such a beautiful cross from the right hand side, and had that gone in, because the momentum was with BFC. They were having the better of the possession. They could create half chances. I wouldn't say chances also, because Alvin George was trying to get into the box and he was doing very well, but he did not have that final touch. He couldn't control the ball in the box, and that was a letdown. You required players like at least Vineet to be there, but Vineet was mostly seen as a more on the left wing. That was his role, and you required Udanta. He was missing totally, and that right wing of BFC really was asking for more. Cabra was there, but not to his best of performances. Alvin George, to some extent, I would say he created a lot of half chances, but that was it for Bengaluru. The first half belonged to Maziya, and had it not been for that tremendous save from Amrinder, things would have been difficult for Bengaluru, because all Maziya needed was just the point. But they did not even stay back and try to defend. I would really commend the Maziya defense.
Okay.
They were strong. They were to their positions. Every time BFC put in a ball from the right or the left wing, they had their offside traps set, and they had their positional play proper. They did not have too many compact players just cramping up into the defense just to crowd out the area. But it was planned. It was smooth. The defending was top class in the first half. Second half for me mostly was Bengaluru even getting more into the box. There was instances where Cabra were trying to push up a little bit. Nishukumar had a few runs from the left hand side, but again the quality was not there.
Okay.
But it was one momentary lapse from the Maziya defense, and it cost them dearly. That one chance, it could have been a penalty. That close that free kick was to D. And when you have the ball so close to the box, it's difficult. It's almost like either you can get past the wall, or you can go over the goalkeeper.
Okay.
That difficult it is, and he does it so well. Smoothness, slick, skill.
All the adjectives. Just add on to that.
Over the wall. He gets it over the wall with precision, and he doesn't even dip it. It's almost like a top roof corner. Top roof finish. It was difficult. You could not have a save for that.
I want to ask, did he celebrate?
Kind of, yes, kind of. No, you wouldn't call, you wouldn't say a no celebration from Chhetri, knowing how he's been all the years.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a celebration, yes.
Yeah.
But he is so he's so humble. That humility is just overflowing from him. That guy is just with folded hands. He turned towards the crowd, and you feel so nice. That humility is there in that leader.
Yeah, I think that's what it's the most important quality, right? When you look up to a leader, I mean, though he is a big man or he has a lot of qualities, or he or she, whoever the leader is, but when you see they are still grounded, their feet are still on the ground, and that's what is the biggest main quality that everyone who's following should take up. Now, would anything be enough talking about this man, Sunil Chhetri?
The first thing he was asked after the match was over, the reporter asked him, what do you feel about the match? Before talking about the match, he said, I thank all the physios, all the medical staff.
He later even took to Twitter, tweeted about
he
it.
Said, I was told 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they did an amazing job to get me on the field within 2 weeks. Right. Not even 2 weeks, so just 1.5 weeks or so. And how much did Bengaluru need him?
Desperately.
If you just cancel out that goal, I'm saying Bengaluru were not in the game.
Yeah.
Even though with the possession, with the quality of passing, there was some amazing moments, a few triangles that were made between Jingan, Khabra and Alvin George. You felt that this is the goal that's coming. But it didn't work out because Maziya was strong in the defense.
Yeah.
But again, Maziya, they did the best. They did all they could. They went on the attack. They did not even pack the defense. And that's how a team should be. You just require 1 point. But against a stronger opponent who's just coming at you time and again, they did all they could. But, it was Bengaluru's right.
Yeah. Chiranjeev, now you were the one who said that Bengaluru is going to take this to their name, and that's what happened. So your quick thoughts on the match, or on the team rather, I would say. How do you look at it? I mean, once again.
Well, first of all, I just got the highlights. So Kevin did a wonderful job of giving us a full breakdown of whatever happened in that match. Nothing to add to that. But some people in AIFF, especially Kishore Taid, was criticizing Bengaluru FC's injury management, right? Yeah. And look at what they did with Sunil Chhetri. He comes back and he scores the goal. And what a goal. Seriously, I can't get over it. I mean, from that range, there are 2 people who can do some real miracle and great damage from that spot. It's Sunil Chhetri and Sony Node, right? And Bengaluru FC are going for Sony Node if you hear the rumors. Once again, they're trying. He was... It was from his sweet spot, and few people can get it right, but Sunil Chhetri never misses from that spot. Yeah. So... yeah, he did it. Bengaluru FC totally deserve it. It sucks that only one team could go from this group because Maziya also, the kind of performance they put up, they deserve the spot in the knockouts. And it was neck to neck. Both finished on 12 points. But Bengaluru FC, they will play in August through October if how I see this playing out happens, and it will be so. This means we will have a very short summer break. We will have club football happening all through August to October when we prepare for the under 17 World Cup. Yeah.
Now, before we go on and give you a detailed discussion on how things go from further on, dissect probably to make you understand that how the group stages the further on will work now, where will BFC be placed and all. We just touch upon a bit on what happened in Bangladesh to Abahani versus Mohun Bagan. Well, it was a 1-all. The score ended up, right? It was a 1-all thing, and Katsumi's penalty is what saved Bagan in the end. And the match started a little pretty late because of the thunders and
it was played in the Bangabandhu National Swimming Pool. That's where the match was held. The cyclone Mora is happening all over Bangladesh. I caught a tiny glimpse of that when I was getting out of Aizawl, and in Chattogram area it has been doing some real damage. So it was raining all day, I think, and just when the players had come out and the match was about to start, some really dramatic stuff happened. A few lightnings struck very near the stadium. Okay, and the referee was like, no, I'm not staying out here. He just took the ball and left the pitch. And everybody just stood around confused. The players went out, and this was like this for almost, the good part of an hour as the stadium. The pitch slowly turned into like a complete water-clogged area, and they just, I think, neither Abahani nor Mohun Bagan wanted to drag this out. I think there was a reserve day, and the books if it could not have been played that night, but they just wanted to get over with it because anyway nobody was getting through.
Exactly.
So they played it out. It looked like some of those games we have in Bengal in the summer when it has rained too much and you're only playing in mud and water. It's the best kind of football there is, for the record. Abahani started strong. They were, I think they just were bored by their performance against Bengaluru FC. They wanted another win against an Indian club in their feather. So got an early goal. It was, Mohun Bagan had not turned up. The defense was left completely open, and they just allowed Chizoba to get in. And obviously, Shilton Paul looked a bit confused. It was his last game for the club. Thank goodness he's gonna go to Mohammedan Sporting next season. He missed it completely. Then Abahani would have sealed it. Neither team was really playing a very tight-knit game of football because everything was sparse. You were just kicking the ball and you were expecting the ball to like bounce off the pitch and go somewhere, but it would fall on water and the ball would just stay there. So then you would have to go and retrieve the ball as well. Like it was a complete bizarre game. They got a penalty. That was also, I think, a case of slip. The striker slipped, the defender slipped, and everybody knocked into each other. And the referee was like, penalty. So they shot it outside. I think that also had something to do with the water on the pitch. Mamun Mia just took the shot. No judgment from this guy Shilton Paul at all, but the ball went wide. So that's what left the door open, and Mohun Bagan got a late penalty. And nothing much to speak about. Katsumi Usa. I don't know if he will play for Mohun Bagan next season. He's been a true leader to the team. He stepped up, took the penalty, got a draw, and now we can say, East Bengal and Bengaluru FC go to Bangladesh and get embarrassed and come back, but not Mohun Bagan. We don't work that way. So we got a draw. Ended the season on a happy note. Now, it was a bit of a emotional moment for me as well because team was good, everything was going good. A few things did not go their way, and they ended up without winning a trophy. But it's hard to figure out now how much of this team will be there. Sanjay Sen may not be there. Apparently, he may be signed by East Bengal if we believe the rumors. Sony Norde, who knows, if he will be there. It would be. So many. Keane Lewis won't be there. Shilton obviously is going. Eduardo, Duffy, nobody will be here. It will look like the Mohun Bagan that we have seen from 2014 onwards. That era has come to an end. It was just one last spark. It was a bit bizarre and left a lot to be desired. But hey, a draw to end the season, away draw. So you can't complain.
Okay, now that's how the season for Mohun Bagan ended. But then, as Chiranjeev rightly pointed, since BFC has gone ahead, we won't have a very long break because come August we'll start once again in action. Now, Chiranjeev, why don't you take us through how does the AFC Cup things work right now?
Yeah, well, we have been talking about this for a while on the podcast that the slot allocation is bizarre this season, and I did not like the fact that they put us, the South Asian teams, into one group where only one team goes through to the next one.
That was really bad.
Which is
unfair.
Yeah, it's stupid. Okay, but I think we have both Bengaluru and Mohun Bagan who could compete at a higher level, especially Central Asian or East Asian clubs. So how they did it this year, AFC, was that they got 36 teams into the AFC Cup group stage. There are 9 groups instead of what was 8 last year, and AFC's idea was to keep the West Asia and ASEAN zone away from the Central Asia, East Asia and South Asia zone up until the final.
Okay.
All the way.
Okay.
So 12 teams from West Asia, 12 teams from ASEAN. Central Asia gets one group of 4 teams. East Asia gets one group of 4 teams, and South Asia gets one group of 4 teams. So some of these groups have only one winner going through, and the other groups, divided by zonals, they have the best runner-up of the group going through. Like West Asian zone. The 3 groups they have to themselves, and the top 3 winners of those groups go forward to the knockouts, and then again they pick the best winner from that, the best runner-up from all those 3 groups, who will face the best runner-up from the ASEAN zone, and then they will go through or some. It's a bit confusing. Even though I actually tried to study the whole format, but it's a still bit confusing for me. So right now, as things stand, Bengaluru FC have won the group, so they go into. There is a inter-zone playoff semi-final format that is coming up. Okay, and there are 2 other teams there along with Bengaluru FC already. There's Istiklol, which is from Tajikistan. So that's a pretty good team. We got a North Korean club as well, April 25th Sports Club. And so they are there. And the other team will be is coming from the ASEAN zone. Okay. Right. The winner of the ASEAN zone playoffs. So the ASEAN zonal final winner will come into that group for the interzonal playoff semifinals. That's what they're calling it. It's a bit. It should be just the pre-quarter finals, because the top 16 teams will be playing in the next round. But it's not so easy. It's a bit more complicated than that. So what had happened was that the ASEAN zone, it was a toss-up of 4 clubs. And it was Home United from Philippines. It was Global Cebu is from Philippines. Home United is from Singapore. There is another Philippines team called Ceres Negros. These are the 3 group winners from the ASEAN zones. Right, and then we had Johor Darul Tazim, who Bengaluru FC beat in semi-finals last season. Johor Darul Tazim, the club from Malaysia, they came in as the best runner-up from the 3 groups in ASEAN zone. Okay, so it was a match between they were drawn against each other for playoffs, and then Home United played Global Cebu, and Home United won that, and then Johor Darul Tazim played Ceres Negros, and Ceres Negros won that. So now we will have in early August a playoff between Home United and Ceres Negros. And the winner of that playoff, it will be a double leg playoff, will come and join Istiklol, Bengaluru FC and April 25 in the Interzones playoff semi-finals. So that will take place between 22nd and 13th September. So there are 4 clubs: Istiklol, Bengaluru, April 25, and the winner of this playoff between Ceres Negros and Home United. And they will be 2 teams will be just picked to play each other by lucky draw, and whoever wins this will play for the interzone playoff final, which will happen between 26th September to 18th October. So that will be a 2-legged event as well, and whoever wins that match will go to the final. So that is a way for AFC to keep this east side completely separated from the west side. So West Asia, they have their own thing going on. They have Al Quwa Al Jawiya, who is playing Al Wada That is, I think we can just call that the semi-finals, because whoever wins that will go to the final. So that's a Iraqi club, Al-Quwa Al-Jawiya, defending champions, against Syrian club Al-Wada. So that is going to be another tough playoff that will happen in September. So they don't have any matches in between.
Okay.
So that's how those guys are already in the semi-finals. These guys will have to work their way to the inter-zone playoff final, which is like the East Asian part of the AFC Cup semi-finals, and whoever wins will play in the final on 4th November. So it may just become a repeat of last year's final, because look, Johor Darul Tazim, one of the best teams in East Asia. They have been, I mean in AFC Cup zone. I'm not talking about the AFC Champions League zone, right? They have one of the biggest budgets in the tournament bracket, and it has become their story that they get beat by a team that has, let's say, 1/5 or 1/6 of their budget. Okay. Last year it was Bengaluru FC. This time it was Home United. I would love to see. No, sorry, this time it was Ceres Negros. So I would love to see this happen. I would love to see Ceres Negros come all the way up and play Bengaluru FC at some point, either in the playoff semi-finals or the playoff final. And I want to see how they shape up against the team that beat Johor Darul Tazim, because remember, Johor won the AFC Cup when Bengaluru FC were playing them last year. They were the defending champions. So that means they have beaten even West Asian teams, which not many Indian clubs have done recently. So there's a clear path for Bengaluru FC to take now. They don't have to worry about upset defeats or everything. Everything will go back to that Roka mental zone. When he first took up the job, it was all about just do well in the next match, just do well in the match after that. So they are going to have a lot of time to prepare for each opponent. The home leg, away leg, they will have the chance to have specific strategies to be devised for each match, and slowly work their way up. And I think we saw a glimpse of that in the Bengaluru FC versus Maziya match as well, because they were playing a very calculated game. It sort of reminded me of the Johor Darul Tazim versus Bengaluru FC away leg match, last year, where Johor were dominating, but Bengaluru FC snuck in a goal that really helped them going forward. So it was a calculative game like that. It was a Roka patented Bengaluru FC type match. And now that we are in a space where we're not thinking about a whole league campaign or a group stage or other matches matter. It's just about how you play on that particular day. I think Roka works best with that kind of a tunnel vision focus, and his team will work that way as well. Let's just see who they sign now. Let's just see how they do in the transfer market. Last year, they pulled off a couple of brilliant signings, which helped them very much in the AFC Cup final stages. I think they need to do a couple of that. Connell Glenn will obviously not work. Get somebody else, maybe a defensive midfielder, somebody who can just enhance what they already have. And wouldn't be surprised if, Udanta, Chhetri, all these players just retain that attacking responsibility. Just need a more reinforced, more deep Bengaluru FC going into this campaign. It's going to be fun.
Indeed, it's going to be fun indeed, and we'll get you all the updates regarding all of this. Thank you, Chiranjeev, for that great way of dissecting the whole thing. Now, in case you didn't get in a few things, you can definitely get in touch with him. He's on Twitter, Chiranjeev Oja. And anything else you want to talk about football, Indian football in general, you can talk to us as well. We're on Twitter. Kevin is on Twitter as Boza_Kevin. Siju Matthew 94, that's my handle. If you're listening to our show on YouTube, then hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to get updates of our new episode. Just a shout out to all our listeners of all our respective shows that we have on our channel. We've crossed the 500 mark of subscribers. Yes.
Hooray.
It was a great thing. Thank you so much for all the kind words and appreciation. And we will keep bringing you all the amazing shows in football and fantasy and interviews and in cricket as well. Now, that's all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the match. If you wanted to go again over it, you can go up on our website, thefangirls.com, and have a great read of both the matches and also about everything else that you want to know about Indian football. Follow the TFG football Twitter handle where you get updates of everything that's happening in the world of Indian football. Now that's all, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy and come back to us tomorrow. Cheers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.